Welcome to another Elite Dangerous stream. Actually, I'm not sure. Do I have the title right on the stream? Yeah, The Road Home Elite Dangerous, that's fine. How is everybody? Empty chat room! Bring this into theater mode so I can check my chroma key. Oh, that's only okay. Let's work on that.
Fuel scooping.
Alright. So, lighting should be good. Maybe that'll be better. No, I think that'll probably be a little bit better. Yeah, that's better. As it turns out, taxation is theft. Specifically, it's a form of extortion, in that it constitutes someone to whom the money does not belong being asked to give up the money under threat of violence. Yeah. And because of the threat of violence, you cannot consent. Consent is meaningless in that case. Even people who would freely give money to the government if it weren't asked of them can't really be said to consent when the other option is spending the weekend with a Fey monster, which you drop around this.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
And I'm off to scan a water world. Now having a little drink. Apparently I'm grabbing dinner tonight around 9. That'll be pretty late. Which means this stream will not go for 4 hours, as my last couple streams have. No sir. So Ben, what are you up to? Waiting for sushi, I suppose. Your classmates are telling you to catch up with the times and watch Rick and Morty. I also have not watched Rick and Morty. I don't know. Let's see, cartoons that are still airing that I do watch are basically down to Bob's Burgers and Archer, which, interestingly enough, both main characters are voiced by the same actor. So, and also Archer has a lot of voice talent from Arrested Development. So it's got Jessica Walters, who plays Lucille Bluth. David Cross is in a few episodes. He plays Tobias Funke. Yeah, I think it is H. John Benjamin. Let's see. What is her name? Judy Greer, who plays Kitty Sanchez. She plays Cheryl Hunt. So, yeah, if you like the acting work of some of the Arrested Development cast, you may also like Archer. Let's see. Yep, Judy Greer. Let's see. Also, what's the guy's name who plays George and Oscar Bluth, but not George Oscar Bluth? That's Will Arnett. Will Arnett, as far as I know, has not been in Archer. But whatever the name of that guy is who plays George Bluth, and his twin brother Oscar Booth, he's in there too. And yeah, Judy Greer is unforgettable. I liked Judy Greer in Archer. I liked her in Arrested Development. I liked her in the remake of Carrie. She was almost the only thing I liked about the remake of Carrie, if I'm being honest. I thought it was a thing. I thought it was a book, well, a movie that didn't need a remake because I don't know, it was fine as it was, and I don't think the remake improved anything except introducing Judy Greer. I also liked her in Jurassic World, even though she was barely in it. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anything with Judy Greer in it and thought that she was not a good thing about it. So, I guess, does that make me a Judy Greer fan? Someone I don't normally think of as having their own fans, but Jeffrey Tambor. Yes, Jeffrey Tambor is in quite a few episodes, actually, of Archer. He plays the Len Trexler, the head of the rival spy agency Odin. So yeah, a lot of Archer talent in Arrested Development in Archer. Of course, the biggest one being Jessica Walters, who is terrific as Mallory Archer, I have to say. No, Len Trexler, not Len Sexler. Oh, my chroma key is still being weird. Oh. Let's try that. Maybe that'll work. Audio quality, I can probably optimize that. Let's see. Let me know if this is any better. Oh. Well, I'm sorry I sound telephone-ish. Hopefully that has been changed. Let's go here. You know what? I want to skip some of these waypoints. They're too close. 631. Okay, so we'll go here. Like this. Watch how low my frame rate drops when I'm calculating a route. It's at 15, barely, not even 15 now. I'm glad it's better. Way better even. But yeah. FPS drops considerably when I'm calculating a route. In fact, one of the ways I can tell that I'm done calculating a route is if my FPS counter goes back up to 60, which is where I set a hard cap, because 60 is the refresh rate of the screen I'm playing on. So I figure, why waste computer resources trying to get me past 60 frames per second when I can physically only display 60 frames per second. So, yeah, what I do while this is calculating a route is just fly towards the next thing. Supposedly, 2.2 is going to include new algorithms for pathfinding in the galaxy map. If that's true, I don't know. Also, one thing that while I don't really care about it so much in terms of gameplay and stuff, a lot of people seem to. That's going to be coming in 2.2 is remote ship transfer. Oh, that is the route calculated. So, originally the plan was that you would be able to transfer any ship in a different location from where you are now to your location instantaneously for a fee based on the mass of the ship and how far it was going. And excuse me a second, I need to sneeze. Nope, false alarm. Didn't need to sneeze. I hate that. But there was this whole uproar about, like, okay, well that's not very realistic to have instant ship transfers.
it would make the instantaneousness of it would make people sending like their entire pirate fleet to Jack Station out in the middle of nowhere very easy. It would mean that people would only ever bother with having
Fuel scooping.
one ship with a decent frameshift drive. So, one of the things that I find pretty impressive, because I'm used to developers just not caring at all what their community says. But in this case, Frontier Developments has actually been listening to the point that they now have put out a player poll to see who would prefer instantaneous and who would prefer timed ship transfers. And I have a slight preference for the timed ship transfer. I think that might come over from my days playing EVE Online, where ship transfers were a contract that players put out for other players, where they would actually pick up the second player would actually pick up the first player's ship in their cargo ship and fly it somewhere. And so it would only occur as fast as someone could fly it. So, I don't know. I just feel like it's somewhat more realistic if it takes some time. I wouldn't even mind if there was a slight chance of ship destruction.
Fuel scooping complete.
Generally, in EVE Online, those contracts, though, in order to take them, the player who took them had to put a down payment that was essentially the value of the ship that they were transporting, that would be refunded to them, plus the reward if they delivered the ship. But if they did not deliver the ship, then the person who had put out the contract would simply get
Frameshift drive charging.
the value of the ship that they had put out of a contract for transport as like an insurance payment. Size limitations for transporting ships. I mean, I think the in-universe explanation is going to be that someone hops in your ship and flies it to you. And I don't think there are any places in inhabited space where any ship couldn't get to given enough time. So I don't know that there would need to be like size limitations, but oh, you mean for the EVE Online thing? That makes more sense. Sorry. So what you do is ships in EVE Online can be what's called packed
Fuel scooping.
or unpacked. So when they're packed, they take up considerably less cargo space. In fact, you can't actually put an unpacked ship in most ships' cargoes. So I think the idea is supposed to be that like the ships are kind of partially deconstructible, and so when they're not in their fully assembled form, they are able to fit into the modular storage compartments of other player ships. So I believe that is the explanation for EVE Online. And I mean, there could be a similar explanation for Elite Dangerous, although the ships in Elite Dangerous seem less... I don't know, they just seem... It seems less likely that they could be unfolded like that. But then again, maybe that's just because I'm so used to the concept from EVE Online and not used to it from Elite Dangerous that I just have a bias towards accepting it in the one but not the other. Oh, now I have a spot on my forehead that's too bright. Alright, let's see what I can do about this. Give me a second. I'm gonna try and make this light less harsh.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright, maybe that'll work. Duke! Tu estás aquí?
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, hopefully I did do something about the spot. I am going to go to that star over there.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Oh, if anything, it's worse. Ugh. was hoping that changing the lighting setup a little bit could help, but
Fuel
the
scooping.
problem I'm having right now is that for some reason, despite not having changed the lighting setup, when I put the chroma key too similarity too low, the green screen shows up behind me. But when it's too high, I become transparent, and I don't know why. I'm not especially green today. New Girl is pretty good, huh? I don't know. It's got chicks in it. And as we all know, I'm a misogynistic, patriarchal jerk face or something. I don't know. You know what's really probably causing the problems more than the lighting setup is my automatic chroma key, or not chroma key, gamma correction. Yeah. And yeah, the chroma key not working for no reason is kind of a pain. So New Girl is 75% men. Well, that just shows you how
Fuel
sexist it
scooping
really is.
complete.
Peter Pan and Kirk, neither of those two said anything because they're both fictional characters. But now I know what you mean, and if those two both said the same thing, we can be pretty guaranteed that the Peter Pan version came first.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's weird happening with my screen. Whatever. First Nick is the funny one, then Schmidt, then Winston.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Where are you all watching this? Okay. Alright, Mr. Mom. Have fun cooking dinner, Mr. Mom. Maybe I should call you gender-neutral form of address, Mom. Because, you know, that's a thing, I think. Or perhaps I should call you gender-neutral form of address, affectionate term for parent. It's probably even more politically correct. Alright, so. Oh, I was going to say, we could play a little guessing game with one of the other numbers in the game, but if Duke isn't here, there's very little point.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, so I did make an interesting discovery today. For some reason,
Fuel scoop.
there are roads in
disengaged.
space. They're called space roads, and they're patrolled by space cops, played by Rich Evans.
Frameshift drive charging.
No, what was I gonna say? Oh, right, I made a discovery today. So, there's a software suite that I would like at some point to get called the Substance Suite.
4, 3,
And I remember the entire suite being something crazy like $900, $1,000 or something for like all 3 programs in the suite. It's true, Rich Evans is the best space cop. But I went to the Substance website today, and I'm like, no, $300 for all 3 programs. Oh. Oh. That's significantly less. So, that may be my next large purchase, is the Substance Suite. It has Substance Maker, Substance Painter, and B2M, which I don't entirely know what that stands for. But what it does is take your photos and turn them into a series of textures for use in CGI stuff. Why is this not? There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
And yeah, Rich Evans is the best space cop. Shout out to the Red Letter Media guys if you ever watch this. In fact, in a recent stream, Rich Evans said that he wished he had played more Elite Dangerous. I agree with you, Rich Evans, you should play more Elite Dangerous. I'm pretty sure you're never going to hear me say that, but it's true. So, Ben, what are you up to? Eating sushi? Sushi's good.
Fuel scooping.
Let's see what we got in this system. Wait, I did hunk, so I guess the answer is nothing. At least in this game, if I accidentally hit the tilde, some stupid console menu doesn't come down. Still waiting on the sushi. Man, if this takes much longer, you probably should have just driven to New York for some real authentic New York style sushi. What's the next question that you're working on in your take-home exam? Oh, but I know the answer. I don't even know what subject it is. There are questions that have answers that the professors do not agree on. Well, that's unfortunate. But what's the next question?
Temperature critical.
Oh, temperature's critical. Alright, I'll get out of there.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright. So on the complex theory of how microscopes work, plus cell stuff, which wasn't supposed to be in it, who cares though? So last I checked, microscopes work by using lenses to bend light to create magnification effects, kind of like telescopes, but instead of being for far away things, for small things that are also close. But I don't know, I'm not a microscopologist, a microscopician, microscope, I don't know, guy who studies microscopes. I'm not even a frequent user of microscopes. I don't own one. I think I have owned one. Maybe I just remember there being one in my house. I think it might have been my dad's though.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Define numerical aperture. So, the thing that I would guess... So aperture, to me, usually means the part of a lens, or, well, a lens using device, where the light is allowed to enter. And for numerical aperture, the only thing I could think of would be that you would have numerous apertures on the same device that would be of different sizes that are designated by numbers. I don't know. Like, this is the number 4 aperture. It's 4 centimeters wide or something, I don't know. Excuse me a second.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry about that. Number 25, the resolution of the specimen detail is improved by... wait, the resolution of this... Focus?
Fuel scooping.
Using the correct focal length. I'm gonna go with that. Also, if it's asking questions about like digital or like optical, then the answer is always optical. You can't increase resolution digitally except by trickery. And you don't want to use trickery to make your microscope images more clear, because then what you're seeing isn't real. Alright, let's take a look at the galaxy map. Well, I was over here at the beginning of the day. Trying to find a nebula that I was at. Maybe I just can't find it. There was a nebula, it was a planetary nebula, and I went to it. And it was cool. I mean, obviously it had already been discovered, but whatever. Oh well. I guess I'm not gonna find it. Are we able to scan this? Probably not. Oh. Using a progressive Pap stain method. It sounds like something you go to a gynecologist for. Using a progressive path, decreasing the wave of light. I mean, maybe wavelength. So I think D. I would go with D. I mean, so a stain usually increases contrast. And decreasing the wavelength of the light illuminating the sample would work if you had a broad spectrum receptor, but I don't think the human eye counts the broad spectrum electromagnetic receptor, so that probably isn't going to be it. Also, speaking of things that sound like you need a gynecologist for it, I was asked 2 nights ago if the word alluvial was in some way gynecological. And no, it's a geological term having to do with river-caused deposits of sediment. I am a towel. Do I have a towel, Andy? No. I mean, there's probably one not too far away. I just don't have one within arm's reach.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, fuel scooping complete. So today I uploaded like 5 different VODs from Twitch to YouTube.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
It's a little crazy. And I'm thinking about letting episodes of the Tom Woods Show back up, so that when I get to work on Thursday night, tomorrow night I guess, in 26 hours, that I'll have like, I don't know, 4 hours worth of Tom Woods Show or something. Probably more like 2. But still, when you're working a 10-hour night shift, you gotta have something to do. And if the Tom Woods Show can take up 4 hours or 2 hours or whatever, my night shift, I'm gonna let him do it. So before I thought that I would stream most of this, I was gonna do like the whole, oh, let's explore, and I'll check out neutron stars and black holes and
fuel scooping,
all that stuff. Now I think I just want to get back to the bubble. Which, yeah, means I probably won't hit elite in exploration on this trip. I'd have to take another trip. Which, yeah, kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? I'm not even sure how much I would need to hit elite. Let's find out. Statistics, there we go. Smuggling, trading. I think it takes 70, so another 34 million. Which I probably could make on this trip if I really, really tried. But whatever. Duke, come back! We miss you, Duke. Ben, I feel like maybe your sushi's there because you're not saying anything.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, fuel scooping complete. It's my favorite thing to have complete.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Also, how's the sound mix? Is it working? You're getting carried away with his take-home exam. That sounds lame. You're not even paying attention to me? The one who is streaming? The one who was nice enough to take time out of his busy playing video games anyway schedule and hit the stream button on OBS. It's true, beggars can't be choosers. And I gotta be honest, I have a lot more fun when I play this game than when I play FTL. Not knocking FTL, just stating facts. Alright, let's get out of here.
Frameshift drive charging.
I don't hate FTL, I just get very frustrated with it, and then it's very hard for me to go back. I do not hate KSP. I don't really hate FTL either, but when I get frustrated with KSP, I feel like the power to change what it was that frustrated me is significantly more in my own hands than it is with FTL. Very rarely do I feel like KSP just robbed me of something for no reason and there's nothing I can do about it. Not never. I mean, there are bugs in KSP. It is not exactly the most bug-free, stable game. Duke, welcome back. Alright, so this is gonna be the contest. Cheat engine. Okay, well then I feel like I'm not even playing the game, so why bother? Alright, so here's the question. We're gonna use Price is Right rules. How far away am I from my home system, which is Paris, P-A-R-A-S? And just to give you a broad strokes estimate, I will actually go to the galaxy map, show you where I am. Alright, so I'm this little blue pyramid, inverted pyramid looking thing. Okay, so that's me. My home system is the one with the little red ship down there at the bottom. And based on your knowledge of astronomy and how big the Milky Way is, how far away am I? Price is Right rules. You go over, you lose.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Well, I also feel like, Ben, using tweak scale on science experiments is also cheating. And I know that you don't, so I think you just have a looser definition of cheating than Duke or I do.
Drive charging.
A million light years? Duke, how far across do you think the Milky Way is?
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Like, I really want to know. Like, what do you think the diameter of the Milky Way is? Or the radius, for that matter. Oh, you missed the question due to buffering? Alright, I'll ask the question again. I'll even allow new answers, because I believe Duke's answer was not entirely serious. It was, how far away am I from my home system of Paris? You know radius is 1/2 the diameter? Well, that's a good one. Oh, the subsequent question I asked Duke is how far across he thinks the Milky Way galaxy is. Like, what does he think the diameter of it is? Because his initial guess was that... Oh, wrong button. Oh, you both missed the question? Alright, so here's the real question. Given that I'm here, and that my home system is here, and this is the Milky Way, hooray, how far am I in light years from my home system? Ben guesses 1,500 light years. That's about 4 inches long, a little shorter than 3 Musketeers. That is a pretty accurate guess, depending on which Milky Way you're talking about. Alright, so Ben guesses 1.5K. Duke, what do you got? If Ben is over 2,000 light years, well, I believe Duke is going to win, but neither of those guesses are very good. Oh, Randy the Soviet is guessing 13,000 light years. Welcome to the stream, Randy. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. I'm gonna wait maybe until the clock ticks over. And then, if no one else has guessed, because I actually see that there are 5 viewers, so if no one else has guessed by then, I will check it. And it'll be whatever it says when I check it. Although I can tell you right now, I don't think Ben's gonna win.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
So, Randy, do you play this game? Technically, my 2 mods here do, but it's a very technical way to play. They have it installed on their computers. Yes, Senpai. Of course, Senpai has done this too.
Fuel scooping.
Alright. Yeah, I rarely play, don't like playing, only watching it. Technically installed, allegedly. Alright, so now that Randy-kun has answered the question, and the time has ticked over a couple times, actually, we're going to look and see how close I am to my home system. So, whoops. That is not how it was supposed to work. I apparently don't know how to use the map anymore. There we go. Yeah, it is a good journey. So 18,177.79 light years, which means Randy-kun wins. And yes, I'm only using Japanese honorifics because Randy said that I was senpai, so... Which is equally as important as the sensei.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I'm almost out of my drink. I suppose I should make another one. Yes, congratulations, Randy. You win 1 million space bucks.
1.
Yeah, says Dwigt. It's like Assistant Sensei.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, what we got in here? Probably just a bunch of ice worlds. Yeah, alright. So what I'm going to do is, while it slowly refuels, I'm going to make a drink.
Fuel scooping complete.
And I'm back. And I have stopped fuel scooping. Let's see, what is my jump range? My jump range is, let's see.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
It's like 31 something. 31.32 light years with full cargo. 33.62 without. I don't have any cargo right now. Which isn't, I mean, it's not great. I haven't visited any of the engineers that would upgrade it, so. Wait, what are we doing with dealers and suppliers? Randy, are you running Onion Head? Is that what's going on? Smuggling Onion Head into the blight on the galaxy that is the Federation? I'm Imperial all the way. I guess. I don't know. I do prefer the Empire, though. I do hang out mostly in Empire space. When I'm not exploring. Which I do kind of a lot. I think I've been out here like 18 weeks or something.
Fuel scooping.
What, I should what, run Onion Head? I mean, I guess I could. Who's gonna stop me? The cops? I don't care. Oh, hey! No, man, the Federation is terrible. I mean, look at their horrible drug laws. Plus, what's his name? Hudson? He's basically like space George Bush. Who wants that? I don't. And don't ask which George Bush. It doesn't matter. He's like both of them. Because, I mean, the only difference was that one was given a broader interpretation of executive authority.
Warning. Temperature
Oh
critical.
no! Yeah, this drink that I made was considerably stiffer. Oops.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
What about George W. was so good? I'm having trouble thinking of one good thing about George W. Bush.
Frameshift drive charging.
I can't even say that about Obama. I can think of good things about Obama. Well, maybe one good thing about Obama? I'm trying to think of another one.
4, 3, 2.
The only good thing I can think of about Obama is his 54 light years. Yeah, well, Randy, you win at light years. Alright, so good things about Obama. Let's see. His
Fuel scooping.
giving clemency to non-violent federal drug offenders. He's not as bad on everything else as he possibly could be. 18 is pretty good. What were you flying, Duke? What was it? A Cobra? I know that Ben went exploring to Beetlejuice in like a Viper or something, which was a strange choice as far as I'm concerned, but... if I hit anything, my shield explodes. Well, drops to 50. See, I like to touch down at the end of the day. Like, I feel like it's kind of a slightly... It's almost like a roleplay element, where, you know, I don't want my muscles to atrophy from too much time in 0G. So before I log off, I always land on a planet, or a moon. Well, Duke, you should log back in and check. But Ben, I want you to tell me some good things about George W. Bush, because maybe I just don't remember.
Fuel scooping complete.
I remember he launched some silly wars. I guess the tax cuts weren't bad, but that's really more of a congressional thing than a Bush thing. But I guess I'll give him credit for that. So there's a good thing. The Bush tax cuts were better than not tax cuts. Oh, but speaking of taxes, chat, let's inform Randy what taxes are. I am excited for 2.2. I'm trying to get back to the bubble before then, which I think I'll do. Let's see. Ship-launched fighters are really cool. I think I'm gonna really like the Taipan, mostly for its increased visibility. Let's see.
3, 2.
I like the idea of aliens, of course. Who doesn't like aliens? I like aliens. I actually have an alien shirt. Oh, it's true. Ben is correct about taxation. No, it's...
Fuel scooping.
No, sorry that Ben is so... or that Sushi is so late. Duke, you of all people should know that taxation really is theft. I wanted system map. Oops. Wow. For a G-type star, that's a pretty boring system. Oh well. Yeah, man. I watched the stream of the alien ship live. I was doing laundry at the time, and some people posted on Facebook. They were like, "Hey, this is happening live." So I logged on Twitch and watched the live stream of the first guys who streamed the crashed alien ship over in Pleiades. Pretty cool. Rumor is that that there's going to be a war and that the bubble is going to be at risk, and that the Jack Station will create a kind of fallback bubble of human space for people who don't want to have to constantly deal with Thargoids.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Hopefully the Thargoids don't charge any taxes, which is actually another reason I like the Empire. According to the lore, no taxes. They are a rentier state,
Frameshift drive charging.
which in the real world, rentier states are largely relegated to the Middle East. And they're usually oil countries. Venezuela used to be a rentier state until it turned into a basket case of people charging $200 for a 3-pack of condoms.
1. Engage.
I guess Norway might kind of count as a rentier state. They get a lot of their money from their offshore oil. Whatever. No, there were no taxes in the Star Trek because there was no money in something that made no sense at all. Until they introduced gold press latinum, and then suddenly there was money. How can you say the Empire has a really whiny accent? There's been, like, no in-game audio that I remember, but then again, I don't do a lot of missions or anything, so maybe they changed that and I just didn't notice. Plus, there's, like, a bunch of Hispanic people in the Empire. If I remember correctly. Oh, you mean the Empire in... Yeah, but the Empire in Star Wars, which does have a whiny, silly, like, British, posh, like, faux posh accent. That's not the Empire in Elite Dangerous. Plus, I feel like everyone in the Federation probably speaks like a yokel.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, you read that in a huge lore site? Eh. Apparently, a fair amount of the lore has been retconned, actually. Like the Frontier Encounters storyline, where the Alliance concludes a peace treaty with the Thargoids. That's out of there. That didn't happen. Nope.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, I don't know. I wouldn't trust too much of the lore from that's at least taken from the first few Frontier games, or the first few Elite games. I mean.
2. 1. Engage.
Yeah, it seems like they've done a lot of adjusting of the lore. Like in Elite 2, there were multiple galaxies, all of which had 256 stars. Guess how they were kept track of in the programming. I wonder, what significance does the number 256 have? But like now there's only one galaxy that anyone's ever been to. So, you know. Oh, come on, the Empire has the best ships too. They've got the best ships, they've got the best tax policy, they've got the best drug policy. You know what their drug policy is? I mean, except for narcotic, their drug policy is basically like, whatever. You want to bring Onion Head in? You want to bring Luke and Onion Head in? Tobacco, alcohol? We don't care. Not restricted in, like, any Empire's systems, except maybe prison systems. Plus, you can make some fairly decent money running indentured servants, which are for some reason referred to as slaves in this game. Despite the fact that, according to the lore, which again, how much do we trust the lore? I don't know. But according to the lore, Imperial slaves are basically all people who opted for that status. The ships are not poop. The ships look amazing. When I get back, I'm going to hop back into my Clipper. And then maybe I'll grind myself up to a cutter.
Fuel scoop.
Right now, I am a Earl. I like the Imperial ships.
Frameshift drive
I mean, don't get me
charging.
wrong, the Federal Corvette is pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. But the gunships are just so boring. Like, oh, look at me, I'm a flying box with a triangle shape at the front. Woo, Empire, or Federation.
2. 1. Engage.
It was the Empire, I was like, oh no. Our ships are all about clean, smooth lines and luxury. And white privilege.
Fuel scooping.
You like the jagged look. Okay, the Corvette is cool, but I think it's the coolest one because it's actually the least jagged in my opinion. Like, I think it has the sleekest lines. Like, I look at it this way. Suppose you were James Dean picking up a girl for a date. Would you rather show up in a Clipper or a dropship? I mean, if you're trying to impress the ladies, obviously the answer is a Clipper. Also, I like the Emperor's Dawn storyline because it went the opposite way of the way that Frontier wanted it to. So, originally Frontier was like, oh, we're gonna have the Emperor's Dawn faction, and they're basically gonna like wipe out the old Empire and bring in a new like hyper-traditionalist Empire. But the player base, oh, Sushi is 22 to 32 minutes late. Not cool. Don't give him a tip. And congratulations on the take-home exam. But yeah, so. Originally, the Emperor's Dawn was supposed to like just wipe out the old infrastructure of the Empire, just like take out the Imperial Senate, reestablish the male-only dynasty, all that stuff. But the players were like, no, we're gonna crush the Emperor's Dawn, just grind them into the dust. And every time, Frontier was like, all right, we're gonna try and get the Emperor's Dawn to win again with this new like community goal or whatever. The players was like, no, we're going to annihilate the Emperor's Dawn. The Emperor's Dawn is a terrorist organization. They assassinated the Emperor. They're done. And so one of the things I like is that it's one of those rare instances of the player base just saying, you know what? Frontier, we know you had plans for this plotline. We're just not going to let them happen. Chill Dog, Empire for the win. That is correct. Thank you very much, Chill Dog. Thanks for watching. And Chill Dog, just for you, I want you to know about taxation. It's theft. Alright. Where am I off to? Ah, I can barely not make it there. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Let's see, what's this? Neutron Star, I'll fly there first. And that should get me close enough. Yeah. See, the Empire is chill.
Frameshift drive charging.
Federation. Okay, so the Empire is chill in terms of its laws, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they've got emperors and, like, semi-hereditary senator status and all this, and that's probably all stuffy and hoity-toity. But the laws in the Federation are just so oppressive. Like, no, I'm sorry, you can't have tobacco. Screw you, Federation. Oh, Chili Dog. Sorry, I missed that eye. I'm gonna blame my myopia. Got my glasses handy? Where did I put my glasses? Oh, here they are. Oh, it does say Chili Dog. Meh. Whatever. Sorry. That's not really whatever. That's not very nice of me. I should endeavor to get names right.
Fuel scooping.
I really do blame my eyes, because my chat window is not close enough for me to see the difference between lowercase I and L/uppercase I. Yeah. I don't normally wear these. I don't like them, but they do make it obvious that you're Chili Dog and not Chill Dog. Sorry. I guess maybe I should wear my glasses when I'm streaming. I don't know. It does, yeah. The ILLI. It's not easy to distinguish if you don't have, or if you have some kind of vision problem. Are you two like in the same room or something that you can hear each other? Chill Dogs are good. Too cold. That reminds me, I worked at a store, actually not that long ago, and for some reason, I don't know why, because they barely paid me, and they didn't even pay me the way I wanted them to, which was direct deposit. Anyway, for some reason, I was doing the whole, like, oh, attentive sales clerk and, like, trying to sell things. And so this drunk chick wanders in at, like, 2 in the morning. And she's like, oh, hey, what do you have that I can, you know, that will be filling? And so one of the options that I point out is hot dogs. She's like, oh, I don't have a way to buy them. And I'm like, well, you technically don't have to, or not buy them, sorry, cook them. And I was like, well, technically you don't have to cook hot dogs. They are pre-cooked. And, like, apparently that just blew her mind, and she was like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy hot dogs, and I'm just not even gonna cook them. And those would have been chill dogs. Ah, Xbox Party Chat. What are y'all playing on Xbox? I'm assuming you're not just watching me, but if you are, I appreciate that. I don't want this one. I'm just gonna fuel scoop faster and then get out of here. I also like chili dogs, though, because I like chili, and I like hot dogs. And, oh, you're both playing Elite Dangerous on the Xbox. Nice. I am playing it on my PC. I've been doing a lot more PC gaming lately. Up until recently, I was a pretty dedicated console gamer. But then I started to notice that a lot of the advantages of console games started to kind of go away. So I've been doing a lot more PC gaming. Let's see. What to do? I could be playing Elite Dangerous, but nah. Gotta cook dinner soon. Dinner? What are you having for dinner, man? I'm not having dinner soon. I have dinner plans. A friend of mine and I are going to go to a local restaurant. I like Chili's. It's the new golf course. Was that in Small Businessman magazine? I don't know. I feel like maybe that was in Small Businessman magazine. I am curious though, what is the stream having for dinner? I know Ben is having sushi. I'm having... I think I'm actually going to end up having breakfast food. I think I'm going to have like avocado on toast with an egg or something like that. I don't know, I looked at the menu, it looked good. Philly cheesesteak sliders. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Cheesesteak. So, to me, a cheesesteak is normally something that goes on like a hoagie roll. Right, with peppers, maybe some onions, salt and pepper, and there you go. So do you just put them on slider? Do you like make the same mixture and then just put it on a slider roll? Is that the deal? Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A is homophobic or something. I don't know. I remember a time back when I could go to a restaurant or a store and that would not be an expression of my political stance on sexuality. But apparently that's no longer an option. Apparently now the vast majority of my purchases say something or other about my stance on various social issues. Social issues I mostly don't care about. King's Hawaiian Buns. Okay. Cool. That's pretty cool. I should try that sometime. I think, what was the last thing I really cooked? I think the last time I really cooked, like, not just, you know, put something in the oven and was like, oh, now it's cooked. But the last time I actually really spent time, like, marinating and making sauces and stuff, I made moose teriyaki, which was interesting. So I marinated some moose in, Chick-fil-A is A-okay. Alright, so I marinated some moose in teriyaki sauce. And then I got some Japanese-style rice noodles. And I made a dipping or like maybe a pouring sauce from sriracha, soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame oil, sesame seeds, and I think that's it. I might have thrown in a little lemon or lime juice. I don't know. But I think that was the last time I really actually spent time making a meal. Maybe I should cook more. I had to land Euro today. There is a food truck not too far from my place that sells Egyptian food. It's run by some Coptic men. And, yeah, it had a lamb gyro, which was spicy. So they're using more Middle Eastern spices rather than Greek spices. So not so much tzatziki as it is, things like paprika and some chili powder. I don't know.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
That was really good. And they sliced the lamb on their gyros really thin, which is great because I've had too many gyros where the meat is sliced too thick. And it's just like, why are you even bothering making a gyro?
Just drive charging.
Because you get that inverted cone of meat, and to keep it crispy, you need to slice it very thinly. But I've been to too many places where they're just like, oh, I'm gonna just hack into it with a knife, and you get what you get.
3, 2,
Not cool.
1. Engage.
Not cool. I don't know. Hey, I'm up to 6 viewers. Hey, I was lazy and didn't bother to put on my Twitch notifications, so if you follow or anything, let me know in chat so I can thank you. Because I feel like otherwise I'd be a jerk if I didn't thank you. And I do encourage you to follow. I have a YouTube channel by the name of... Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm a Euro snob, I don't know. I just like good Euros. I don't want crap Euros. My delivery driver can get into a car accident. Well, that would really suck. I hope so, too. Actually, I thought there was a car accident outside my house today. So I was sitting... Actually, I think I was playing. Yeah, I was playing Elite Dangerous. I was on this trip. And I hear some car screech to a halt outside. And then a few minutes later, I hear someone scream, "Help!" Oh, Randy the Soviet, you followed? Thank you for following. I really do appreciate that. I think I'm going to start... turn on Twitch notifications after you finish streaming. I really should. I'm so lazy. I know. But what I was going to say... oh, Chili Dog, you follow too? Oh, thank you. And I do try to interact with the chat. I interact more with the chat when I'm playing Elite Dangerous than I do when I'm playing some other games. Like, I've been doing some Doom streaming, so if you check my VODs, you'll see a fair bit of Doom streaming. It's hard to interact with the chat while you're doing Doom. So, it varies a little bit. Sometimes I'm better than others. But I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm thinking about being a little bit more regular with streaming now that I have a set work schedule. You should see my, 2 ever FTL streams. They should be on YouTube. By the way, my channel name is Timothy Judge, which is my name. I don't care. You can know my name. It's on both my YouTube channels are named Timothy Judge. If you search for the Timothy Judge channel on YouTube, there should be 2 results, both of which have Star Wars themed avatars. The one with Darth Vader is not the channel where I have the gaming stuff. You want to look for the one that has the Duros avatar.
Disengaged.
What is FTL? Oh, FTL Faster Than Light. You should check it out on Steam. It is a roguelike space game. I mean, obviously it's a game.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, that basically sums it up. It's a roguelike space game. Your goal is to get to the last sector of space and defeat the rebel mothership, or battleship, or whatever.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
It is roguelike. It is, in fact, quite hard. I think I have 1 win under my belt. And I get rather frustrated with it. To be quite honest, Duke here, who is one of the mods, who was, I think the last time he said something was, oh, only 3 minutes ago? That's not bad. He's probably the best of me and the mods. We're kind of like a group of people who stream. Let's see. While it frustrates me, I am not gonna lie, it is a fantastic game. It is just not something that I can. I have a fairly low tolerance for the level of randomness, I think. And also, I am not very good at it. That's also a factor. Duke is quite good at it. Duke is also quite good at KSP, which I believe actually now is available on Xbox. Finally, the sushi is here. Man, that took forever.
Warning, temperature critical.
Oh no, temperature critical. What am I gonna do? Wow, 85? I might actually take heat damage. Let's hope not.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
There we go. It's the one game Duke, you're also good at KSP. You just don't listen to us when we say, don't send a rescue mission to Eve, it'll just fail. Like, if you would listen to us about that one thing, then you wouldn't have had the problems that you had with KSP. KSP is Kerbal Space Program. It is a fairly realistic physics sim space game where you are in charge of the space program, a NASA-like or an ESA-like space program run by Kerbals, who are little green alien guys who live on the planet Kerbin. And so you take them from having very basic rockets to having, you know, advanced rockets with xenon and nuclear-based engines and all sorts of cool stuff like that. And it uses very realistic orbital mechanics. Well, mostly realistic orbital mechanics. It uses patched conics. Doesn't use the most... is it N-body? I think N-body is the more realistic model. But it doesn't use that. It uses patched conics, which are still pretty realistic. Yeah, you do mostly crash. Patched conics are not entirely realistic because they only allow for the interaction of up to 2 objects gravitationally. However, it should be noted that patched conics is the orbital model that NASA used to get men to the moon, so it can't be that bad, you know. So basically, the only real thing you'll notice about patched conics as opposed to N-body is that whereas with N-body all kinds of orbits are allowed, including halo and Lagrange point orbits, patched conics allows for neither halo orbits nor Lagrange point orbits. So, not a big thing if you don't know. I mean, unless you're some kind of gigantic orbital mechanics nerd, which apparently I am, I guess. I don't know. You probably won't notice anything. Unrealistic, that is. Alright, time for the game where I hit Control F to see what my frame rate is while the game calculates a new course for me. Because when it hits 60, I know the calculation has finished. Who's this Randy person? Why isn't he in the chat? Go get him. So, a halo orbit is actually basically, you can kind of think of it as an orbit around a Lagrange point. That's probably the easiest way to think about it. You're basically orbiting around the barycenter of 2 other objects. They're not very stable, but they're a thing. You can technically do the, what is it, L4 Lagrange point? I always get mixed up with which Lagrange point is which. No, the L3. The L3 Lagrange point is still a viable option in KSP, technically. Oh, that sorry, Randy the Soviet. Yeah, you'd think I'd remember. I mean, he was just here. Maybe I remember the Soviet part? I don't know. But yeah, it's a fun game, and you should give it a try. Or, I mean, just 31? Have I finished the can't even do well, so really nothing ever does a stationary orbit. It just gets really close. Nope, still working on that route. Where'd Randy go? Come back, Randy! Wow, I'm on to 9 people apparently. If you're lurking, come say hi. I'm nice. I won't, like, yell at you or anything. I said I don't think so. I don't think I've ever yelled at anyone in chat. I don't know. Maybe I have. Also, Chili, how do you like the Xbox One controller for Elite Dangerous? I feel like it can't have enough buttons. But maybe I'm just spoiled. I don't know. I've heard of people who play on PC actually using the Xbox One controller. So I guess it can't be as difficult as I'm thinking. Oh, it's a party! I thought he was just making sliders because he was hungry. Alright, no, a party, that's a pretty good reason. I like party. Well, okay, I don't really like parties that much. You might not know it from how gregarious I am on the stream, but I'm a bit of an introvert who doesn't like crowds or parties over a certain, like, I guess population density. I don't know. So I like parties in the sense of, you know, like a group of friends of maybe like 4 or 5 people who get together and hang out and maybe have a few drinks or something. Like, that's cool. Man, hurry up and get this thing. There we go, finally. Boy, I love it when the FPS just jumps up to 60. That's how I know the route is plotted. I wish it said bye. I would have said bye to him. Oh well.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
You're scared of strangers except on the city bus? Whenever I think about taking the city bus, I always think of the episode of, what was it? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Dee has to take the bus because Charlie and Mac destroyed her car in their faking of their own suicide. And I don't know. That scene, I love that scene because while it's obviously a pretty big exaggeration, there have been times when I've kind of felt that way on public transit. I'm just like, is it really okay for you to stand this close to me when you don't have to? And why is it so crowded right now? Dinner is done! Dude, what did you make? I feel like that didn't come across. The Xbox One is actually pretty solid with the controller. With good combinations with the buttons, like holding A and then pressing RB. Alright. Okay, so there's like... So is RB like a shift button where it like shifts which buttons do what? Eggs and bacon and chocolate chip cookies? That's an odd combination. Although actually I have had bacon chocolate chip cookies where you cook some bacon up so that it's, you know, cooked but not crispy or anything. You cut that up and put it in cookie batter, chocolate chip cookie batter, or dough, I guess. I don't know. I guess you call it cookie dough. I'm not a baker. I don't know. That was pretty good. All right. I think the episode of TNG where Picard is trapped in the turbo. Oh, yeah, where he has to like give them fake jobs and like I think he puts like his communicator on one of them or something. Oh man, that was a weird episode. Let's see. Oh, it's just his family over. Well, okay. I like family gatherings when especially when it's my immediate family. But I think a big part of that is that my dad makes really good cocktails. So I'm not sure how much of it is that I love my family and how much of it is that whenever my family gets together, I end up getting at least a little buzzed, which means I like everyone. Cookies are for after. That makes sense. You're getting ice cream at school tomorrow. Why are you getting ice cream at school tomorrow? Are you in like the 4th grade or something? What's the deal here?
Complete.
I feel like the Xbox control knob would work well for flying, better than mouse. Yes, I will agree that if your options are Xbox One controller, or even Xbox 360 controller and mouse, those are your 2 options,
Fuel scoop
that the controller is a
disengaged.
much better option. I am currently using a, what is this? Thrustmaster something? I don't know. This is hands-on throttle and stick. I might be able to show it.
Drive
I
charging.
might be able to see it. Hold on. Not sure if that worked. Can you see this? I don't know. Not really sure. Let's try here where I can actually see. No, can't really see. Well, yeah, you can see this joystick here. This is the joystick. Woo! There you go. And you can see my Bob Loblaw shirt. Bob Loblaw! Loblaw, lobbing law bombs. Arrested Development. One of the funniest sitcoms of the past few decades, really.
3, 2,
Okay. Hold 4 buttons, A, B, X, Y. Open with shortcuts. Okay. A, I'm pressing down to activate hyperdrive. I mean, that seems like a lot of shortcuts for me to remember, compared to just, like, button 8 activates my hyperdrive. But, it does sound a lot better than mouse and keyboard. Which I wouldn't normally say. Normally,
fuel scooping.
I think the mouse and keyboard is mostly a superior control mechanism than controllers. But I do not think that will be the case for this game. Wait, how can you like Bob Loblaw, but not the Bob Loblaw Loblog? They lob Loblog. Lob bombs. Screwed up. I shrewded that one. Oh well. Alright. 28 jumps until my next waypoint. It's not bad. I don't know, actually, I think these glasses, they make me look a little distinguished. Maybe I should wear them more for streams. Or maybe I should get problem glasses so that I can still look distinguished, but not... Well, I'm not going to do that, though. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. Elite Dangerous is clearly not made for mouse and keyboard. I played mouse and keyboard for like a few weeks during beta, and I was like, no, this is terrible. Can't do it.
Fuel scooping complete.
I have a monocle. Somewhere. But it's not a prescription monocle, it's just a plain glass monocle. So basically it's a costume
Fuel
monocle.
scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I'm down to 8 people watching instead of 9. Well, it's more basic and linear for us. But the one thing is we can't just set our controls to keyboard throttle command. Yeah.
2,
I know that I can go like 25, 20, 50, 75. But, I don't. I just use the hands-on throttle. One of these little... Oh, you push it forward and you go fast. You push it back, you go in reverse. Push it to the middle and you stop. I had 33 what once? Ben, I don't know what you're talking about, man. What did you have 33 of? Bottles of beer on the wall? Actually, knowing you, you probably had a lot more than 33 bottles of beer on the wall. I do remember you having a boot on the wall for drinking beer out of. I don't know if I ever drank out of it, though. I mean, I must have. 33 viewers. Okay.
frameshift drive charging.
Ben, do you remember me ever drinking out of your boot? Your beer boot? Because I don't remember whether I did or not, but I feel like I probably did.
4, 3, 2,
Oh, now we're down to 7 viewers. Losing people. Apparently people hate me. I hate you too, not people who aren't watching. Almost 7 billion of you. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised that you no longer have Das Boot. Which, by the way, Das Boot is German for the boat, not the boot.
Fuel
But what are you
sweeping.
gonna do? But do you think you remember that I did do it, or do you think you remember that I didn't do it? Yeah, Das is German for this. Or, well, sorry, the. Or that, actually. It can also be that. Oh. I did do it? Yeah, that... Like, if I had to guess, like, if someone had a gun to my head and they knew for sure, and they were like, did you drink out of Ben's beer boot thing? I would probably say yes, I did. Boot was in except when they speak Klingon. Yes, it is odd the frequency with which Klingons on Star Trek speak English and not Klingon, a language which was made up for Star Trek and was then rarely used outside of the original series movies. Although it has been used in the new J.J. Abrams movies. In fact, Mark Okrand, the person who created Klingon, was hired on to work on Klingon dialogue lines for the Klingons and Uhura in Star Trek Into Darkness. So there you go. Which actually, I really appreciate that, because I feel like, so you've got this whole language that Mark Okrand created for you, well, based off of like the seed of Jimmy Doohan and, oh, what's his name? The guy who normally played Sarek. I don't remember his name. Reina Soviet said, you think the Empire ships are better, which I agree on, except that the cutter wasn't too great for that. Yeah, the cutter is not as maneuverable as I would like. I mean, its straight line speed is great, whatever. But, I really like the other two, and I really like the aesthetics a lot better. I'm still gonna get a cutter when I, you know, grind up to get one, I don't know. And I'm glad that you agree with Chili Dog, Ben. Not sure why, but, you know.
Drive charging.
Yeah, the cutter... I was a little disappointed with the cutter, I'll be honest. I probably do like the Corvette better. But overall, the aesthetic of the Empire ships is way better, in my opinion.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous. Well, it's like I said with, I don't know if you were here. But basically I said, suppose you're going to pick up a date in your spaceship. Would you rather show up, in order to impress her, in a cutter? No, sorry, a clipper? Or a dropship? I mean, I know which one I would show up in if I were looking to show a lady a good time. In space. Oh, you agree with him because he's right? Well, Ben, why don't you rank up with the Empire? Get back on the game. Man, I've been talking a lot. My throat is getting all scratchy. That could also be allergies. I did handle mealworms not that long ago, and I am slightly allergic to mealworms. What to do? You're using your cutter right now to get money to buy a Corvette when I get the rank. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are primarily Empire players, but who are working on getting a Corvette. Oh, yeah. You're right about the clipper. You want to show a lady a good time? Pick her up in your clipper. Bring her to, like, I don't know, one of those wealthy stations with the parks. Bring her to one of those places. Get some,
Temperature critical.
get some nice fancy liquor, like Tory gin or something.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Or is it called Tory? I don't remember what it's called, but the gin that you can get at Alpha Centauri. Yeah, get that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Actually, I made a few drink adverts for liquors from Elite Dangerous. Maybe it was just one.
4,
I think I did.
2,
Oh, I don't know. I'll look.
engage.
I mean, I posted them on my Facebook page, so I'll just check. Under photos. I was indie bourbon. That was right. I did an indie bourbon drink poster.
Fuel scooping.
Made up an indie bourbon bottle, and I put a glass that had what was basically a Manhattan in it, which was presumably made out of the indie bourbon. Or no, maybe it wasn't a Manhattan, maybe it was an old, I don't know, it was some kind of drink. If I stream this every day, I'll be partnered within a year. I mean, you're probably right, but I have to work too often to do that. When you work a 10-hour night shift, there's not much else you can do during the day. Like, you're done. Yeah. What's going on here? Where's that? There it is. Okay, I think maximum could stream 6 times, or not 6, sorry, 3 times a week max. Realistically, I could stretch it every once in a while, but much more than that. If I made the pitch speed better on the cutter, I would use that for combat because its shields are so good. It would be fair to fight the Corvette, but as it stands now, it wouldn't be able to turn. Trouble killing a Viper. Ouch. The drink was Orvodjuska. Orvodjuska is pretty good, and I'm surprised that no one has thought of that before.
Fuel scooping complete.
So the only thing I can say for the cutter, in order of to make the turn speed better is, I mean, get A5 thrusters, or whatever the A rank is for that size ship. Get the A thrusters, and then I mean, work with engineers, I guess. I don't know. That's my only advice. Alright, but it has hit 8, which means after this drink I gotta cut myself off because I need to be able to drive to pick up my friend for our dinner plans around 9-ish. Which also means I probably have less than an hour left. So, let's try it again. Price is Right rules. How far am I away from Paris? Let's see what the chat says. I guess better this time. We're looking for an answer in light years. So if you give a number, I'm going to assume it's light years if you don't say it. And I'm not going to do any conversions, so if you give me a number and then say it's feet, I'm also not going to lose. Alright, so Ben says 13,000 light years. Remember, this is Price is Right rule, so if you go over, you're done. Randy said 13,000. Ah, but Ben also said 13,000, so we can't say 13,000. I'll give him 13,001. I'll say that that's what he's doing to Ben. So see that, Ben? That's what you get for answering early. What do you say, Chili Dog? No, you can't also say 13,000. Not everyone can guess 13,000 light years. You have to guess a different number.
Frameshift drive charging.
Also, Duke, where are you? Guess. Come on. Write a number. Alright, I'm not gonna stick around here, because it's lame. Alright, Randus said 13,000, alright, say like 20 minutes ago. I'm still gonna give him 13,001. You'd say 10,000 light years. Alright, I'm waiting on Duke. Come on, Duke. Give me your guess. Ben, where's Duke?
Frameshift
Is he
drive
eating dinner or
charging.
some stupid crap like that? Is he eating his bacon and eggs? I'm up to 8 viewers. Other viewers, jump in, stop lurking, just type a number, and then I'll say hello to you. I'm friendly,
3,
for the most part.
2, 1. Engage.
Ben, let me know if I should wait for Duke or if he's just not here, like he's eating or something. Based on what you know. Or if you're just tired of waiting. I'll let you decide because you're both a mod and the only person here who I've met in real life. That gets you special priorities. Or priorities? That can't be the right word. Privileges? I think that's the word. Special privileges. Ben, I officially bestow upon you privilege. Congratulations, you have Ben privilege. Because I said so. Said BRB 14 minutes ago. Oh, that's too long, so I'm just gonna call it. So after this jump, I'm gonna check. Sorry, but exclamation winner is not gonna work. It's not. Ugh. Alright, well, I said I would check it at this point, so I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna lie, even though I was hoping that I could check it while fuel scooping. Whatever. Alright. And let's check. Distance to Paris is 17,445. So I'm gonna declare that Comrade Randy Kun is the winner. So Comrade Randy Kun, step up and accept your prize of props. Props, man. And I'm gonna say that the loser is Duke. Chili and Ben, you are not losers, you're just not winners. Also, I need some fuel soon. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna have to go a little bit off schedule with this. Because I need some fuel. You didn't tie. Because you can't tie. Because I gave Randy 13,001. Because Ben, you play more often than anyone else. So, I'm a jerk to you. And Randy's back. Welcome back, Randy. Where am I? M Dwarf? Alright, so that actually is something with fuel, so that's okay.
Frameshift drive
Let's get
charging.
there. I'll be happy when I'm out of the region where these little, like, box-like areas of stars are gone. They bug me a little bit. It's like, oh, hey, look, here's the seam in our simulation right there in straight lines with 90-degree angles. No, you didn't tie. I say Randy won, because he's newer. That's another reason. But you still get Ben privilege. So don't worry. I mean, you're a mod. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get into fuel scooping range,
Fuel scooping.
and then I'll be right back. So, see you in a bit. Alright, I'm back. Well, almost. Nightbot. Yeah. Nightbot. Nightbot's a jerk. I hate Nightbot. It's not true, I don't hate Nightbot. Gray screen is in charge. Yeah. What's this? Nothing important. Oh, wait. What's... There we go. So it's both, Ben. Oh, my friend's trying to accelerate our dinner plans. I'm like, I don't know, I guess we could go eat dinner early, but I mean, I'd be abandoning my chat. It's my chat! You guys are the reason that I stream. Where am I headed anyway? This brown dwarf. Am I between the arms? Yeah, I am. You get more brown dwarfs between the arms. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Alright, so while I'm here, I might as well play clean up here. I don't need all these. Whatever. Yeah, you're gone. Deleted. Wait, no, I didn't want that deleted, because that's the thing that has Jack Station in it. Ugh, I'm such an idiot. Let's get rid of this one. Whatever. Yeah, don't need this. Delete. Don't need this. Delete. Alright, what else we got over here? What is it? Bolef something? I don't know. Yeah, delete. Get out of here. Bolwelts? Whatever. Bolwelt, there it is. Delete. Man, talk about unpronounceable names. Is it unpronounceable? It might be impronounceable. Someone look it up! Last little sip that actually has anything other than water in it. And there it is. My last sip of my drink. So it looks like I might be leaving in 15 minutes. Sorry, guys. So what I'm going to do is at 25 past the hour, I'm going to look for a place to land. Select land. Friendship drive charging, that's right. Oh, by the way, Randy, I hear that you're having family over, and I hope that that goes well. Make them some good cocktails. That's how my family gatherings usually work. Last time my family had a gathering, I had this. What was it? It was spiced rum, ginger ale, and lime, and it was delicious. It was delicious. Well, you know what, Randy, sorry, I mean, I made these dinner plans before I even started streaming, so, you know, if it's like, oh, can we move it up by, like, 20 minutes? I don't really want to say no. It's a good friend of mine. And thank you, Chili. I appreciate you giving me the compliments. But I will be on for another few minutes, because, remember, at 25 past, I'm going to look for a landing spot. That's my
Fuel
next thing.
scoop disengaged.
Now once I find a landing spot, I will sign off.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, we're actually going to a local restaurant. It's not a chain restaurant, it's an actual restaurant, and we're gonna hang out in their lounge. I might buy a beer or something, I don't know.
3, 2,
But
engage.
yeah, it's fairly popular in the area. They got pretty good food. Pretty good food. I was there for their like Easter brunch last year, I think. Of course, it wasn't on everybody's Easter. They do their Easter brunch on Western Easter. So if you're an Eastern Christian, or you just don't celebrate Easter, you don't get an Easter brunch there. Because they're racist or something, I don't know. Not really. There's a very good chance that if you hear me call someone racist, I'm just making fun of SJWs. What can I say?
Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Io Quake. That's apparently the name of this next little sector. Io Quake. Hopefully I'll rest my throat a little bit. Combination of mild allergies and talking all the time. Not good for my throat. And I have to have a voice for work, because I have to make calls and such.
Fuel scooping.
When someone's alarm goes off and I have to dispatch the police or the fire department, they need to be able to hear me. Wow, that's a lot of worthless planets. Look at that. Oh my god, here's some twin planets. I can probably scan those while I'm here. There we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, there we go. Let's try this. Should be able to scan these two. Oh, come on. 18.9 seconds and I can't scan them? Whatever. So I'll probably be streaming again on Tuesday. I'll probably be streaming Doom on Tuesday, 2016. Easter, I believe, is named after a goddess of spring, so being Christian, which I am, and celebrating Easter to me is stupid. Alright, so it is likely the case that the English word Easter derives from the name of a pagan goddess. However, it should be noted that English is the only language in which this happens. In basically every other language, the word for Easter is derived from the Greek word Pascha, which itself is derived from the Greek or the Hebrew word Passover for Passover.
Warning.
So
Temperature critical.
this whole like
Fuel scooping.
named after a pagan goddess thing is weird. Previously recorded streaming FTL right now. Well, there goes my viewership. Rich Evans is not that good. Well, it must be like one of my streams then. But yeah, the whole Easter is named after a pagan goddess thing, it's like a quirk of the Anglosphere. Like, no one else has this debate like, oh, should we call Easter something else, or should we not celebrate? Like, no. Everywhere else, it's derived from Greek through, well, derived from Hebrew through Greek, and sometimes through intermediate languages like Latin or something.
4, 3, 2,
In fact, actually, English still has the word Pascha in certain contexts, like the adjective that for of or having to do with Easter is Paschal. So a Paschal vigil is an Easter vigil. A Paschal Mass is an Easter Mass. Can't scan a lot. Oh, now my voice is going. I can hear it cracking. That's no good. Maybe that'll help. Oh, that's a little
fuel
bit better.
scooping.
Alright, so 5 more minutes and then I look for a landing spot. Little ice world, don't care. Let's see. I agree with what you say though. I believe it's okay to do things like Easter, but as long as you aren't honoring believe in. Well, I mean, it would be hard to honor a god that you don't believe in. Like, I don't even know how you would do it. Like, you could pantomime services to a god you don't believe in, but are you actually honoring that god? Like, I don't really know. But I guess you could say you shouldn't pantomime those services because you don't believe in it, and that would be lying to the people who did. I don't know. I'm not a theologian. I just know that the whole, like, oh, is Easter named after a pagan goddess question is
Fuel scooping
basically
complete.
relegated entirely to people who speak English. Because of one weird quirk of the English language. Plus, a lot of,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
mostly Protestants in the Anglosphere have taken to calling Easter Resurrection Sunday. Which, again, would be a unique thing to English, but I guess avoids the question about whether or not
Frameshift drive
it's named
charging.
after a pagan goddess. I don't know. Ben, get better internet. How is it that I have better internet right now than you? You should have better internet than me, because that's how it normally is, and I don't like change.
4,
Change is the worst.
1.
Broadburst! Ha 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 ha! I made a pun. Puns are terrible. I'm terrible at it. Yeah, basically I'm just saying things to fill dead air, because dead air is terrible. At least on a stream like this, where I'm just flying from the system, and basically the entirety of the stream is me talking to chat with Elite Dangerous in the background.
Fuel scooping.
But I will say that having the chat here helps me keep focused on progressing through space. Meh. So, whoa. Game just skipped a little bit there. Not used to that. Another couple minutes, and I'll be starting to look for a landing spot. Alright. And one last time. Taxation. That's theft. So don't support it. Yeah, doing exploration alone is a little bit... It can become tedious when you're in boring areas of space. I find it a little bit relaxing. I like to put on like some Netflix or something like that. Or watch some YouTube or something, and then just kind of go when I zone out. And that's fun. I just kind of use it to relax. I'm just like, I can fuel scoop. I
Fuel
can
scoop disengaged.
scan things and just
Frameshift drive
Go.
charging.
But, yeah. I feel like it's like how I play Elite Dangerous when I don't actually want to play a game, is exploration.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright, less than a minute until I start looking for a landing spot. Stargate, yeah. So I like the Stargate movie. But here's the thing, I mostly liked it because, you know, they had the whole, like, oh, we're gonna bring along a linguist, and, like, he's gonna use his knowledge of Egyptian
Fuel
to try and
scooping.
puzzle out what these people are saying. But then in the series, they entirely abandoned what was a major plot point in the movie. And it's like, no, everyone speaks English. Because we said so. I'm just like, wait, what? This was like one of the only sci-fi things that I've ever seen where the whole, like, oh, not everyone speaks English is actually acknowledged. And then you're just gonna just turn that on its head. I don't like that. Which is probably not fair. I mean, to say, oh, I don't like Stargate because everyone speaks English. I mean, that's true of all the other sci-fi out there. The only reason I object to it is because they didn't do that in the movie. I mean, it's not like it's more weird in Stargate than it is in, say, anything else, like Star Wars or whatever. Although they do have a little bit of other languages in Star Wars, I guess. I don't know. I'm really not being fair.
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright. So on this next jump, I'm going to start looking for places to land.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I started that frameshift drive a little bit
Fuel
soon.
scoop disengaged.
That's how you get heat damage. There we go, let's start it
Frameshift
now.
drive charging.
My mustache is itchy. Weird.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Flying through space. Woo! A star. Let's see what we got here for landing spots. If I can't scan it while fuel scooping, I'm probably not going to land there, I'll be honest. Oh. Yeah, so what I'm probably going to do is actually scan these two and then land here. That'll probably be it. Yeah. So the stream is drawing to a close. It's sad but true. And then I'm gonna go and buy food with my money. Cause I'm making bank or something. I don't know. No, I'm not. The only reason I even have spending money is because I don't have kids. That basically sums it up. It's a little early for the GG, but yeah, thanks for the GG though.
Fuel scooping complete.
See, wait, you're gonna see me tomorrow? I mean, I'm working tomorrow, so unless you're streaming. No, not same time. Although same channel would apply to all my streams.
Warning, temperature critical.
Not streaming tomorrow. Sorry, just not happening.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I know, it's sad, but it's true. It's not gonna happen. But do stay tuned to this channel, because this channel is full of Tim Judge stuff that happens. Yep. And sometimes my lizards are on the channel. Every once in a while I pull one out of its terrarium and I put it on the channel. So if you watch long enough, you might get to see one of my pet lizards. I know, Senpai is abandoning you, Randy. But Senpai will be back in about 6 days, I guess. I will almost certainly stream on Tuesday. It'll probably be at least Doom for at least the first part of the stream. Then, depending on how I'm feeling and how much I accomplish in Elite Dangerous over the next few days, I may also stream some Elite Dangerous. You know. I will warn you though, it is harder for me to interact with chat while streaming Doom because the action of Doom is takes much more concentration to work out. But in between, I do look at the chat, try to interact as much as I can with the chat. And if you do something like ask a question that I haven't answered, or anything like that, then just ask it again and basically just keep asking, and I will notice it eventually. Ben knows that does work. I do eventually notice. Yeah. Off for a landing on a moon after scanning a couple. Actually, I want to check to see if those water worlds are candidates for terraforming. You get more money if they are. Body's the candidate for terraforming. Awesome. Candidates for terraforming. I'll take it. Yeah, cut and paste 3 or 4 times in a row and I'll notice. It's true. I hate you, man. Actually, how many times did it take you the other day when you asked the question about the chainsaw? I think you posted the same question like 8 times, and then finally I looked down at the chat and saw 8 questions about why I wasn't using the chainsaw more in Doom. I'm sorry about that. Alright, so here's where I'm going to land. on this planet, or moon, or whatever we're going to call it. The celestial sphere. Actually, the celestial spheres traditionally refer to the hypothetical spheres that contain the planets and that rotate about the Earth. So, the celestial globe? I don't know. It was a lot, though. I know you forget, but it was a lot. Oh well. Oh, slow down. Alright. Instead of slowing down, I'm just gonna pull up. Not pull out! Pull up, don't pull out. Or do pull out, I don't care. You do what you want. Stay on target. Stay on target. Drop full orbit. Glide engage. See, Ben, this is what you're missing out on by not having horizons. Planetary landings, man. Planetary landings are great, and you should get them. You are missing it, because there's so much to do on planets. Like, you can go salvaging, and you can go to space, or, well, planet stations, I guess. And you can get resources to make cool things, like frameshift drive boosts and stuff. Seriously, Chili Dog is correct. Get horizons. Or I guess just wait until like the next season comes out and then get that, maybe? I don't know. Stay like a season behind. Need some good landing spots. What do you got for me, planet? Moon, it's a moon, I keep saying planet. Alright. Randy, I'm glad that you've had fun. I really do try. Like, one of my goals is for the audience to have fun. Applejacks. Yeah, I'll agree. Applejacks are better. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And, ooh, I've dropped 5% of my frame. Sorry about that, guys. It's weird. I have very, very wide variance of how many frames I drop. Anyway, I guess since Ben's here, I will give my Klingon sign-off, which is a toast, and which of course is Klingon for, may you always find a bloodworm in your glass. So, yeah, let's hope that works out for you. And thanks for stopping by.